1931, Charlie Chaplin's City Lights became a classic film, largely due to its talented cast. Chaplin himself played the lead role, the Tramp, reprising a character he had made famous in silent films. His unique blend of humor and pathos made him ideal for the part. For the female lead, a blind flower girl, Chaplin sought an actress who could convey vulnerability and strength. He chose Virginia Cherrill, despite concerns about her acting experience. Their chemistry was evident in screen tests, and Cherrill's performance added depth to the story. Harry Myers, as an eccentric millionaire, was another key player. Chaplin had seen Myers in other films, and believed he could capture the character's unpredictability and melancholy. Myers' audition confirmed Chaplin's instincts, and he became a pivotal part of the plot. The supporting cast included Ernest Garcia as the intimidating boxing manager and Hank Mann as the boxer. Both had worked with Chaplin before, and their familiarity with his style contributed to the film's cohesion. During casting, Chaplin prioritized chemistry and compatibility. He held numerous auditions and chemistry tests, carefully observing how potential cast members interacted with each other and with him. These tests often involve improvisation, allowing Chaplin to assess the actor's adaptability and creativity. One pivotal moment came during the filming of a scene where the Tramp and the flower girl first meet. Chaplin and Cherrill struggled to capture the right tone, with Chaplin even considering replacing Cherrill. However, after several takes, they finally achieved the desired effect, creating a memorable and touching scene. In summary, the casting process for City Lights combined careful selection, chemistry tests, and patience. Chaplin's discerning eye and commitment to authentic performances resulted in a timeless film that continues to captivate audiences. Charles Chaplin, the director of the 1931 movie City Lights, had a unique vision that combined humor and drama. He was greatly influenced by his background in vaudeville and his experiences as an immigrant in America. Chaplin's creative style was characterized by his use of silent film techniques, physical comedy, and poignant storytelling. In City Lights, Chaplin played the Little Tramp, a character he had developed in his earlier films. The story revolves around the Tramp's infatuation with a blind flower girl and his efforts to help her regain her sight. Chaplin's approach to directing this film was hands-on, as he wrote, directed, produced, and starred in it. Chaplin's collaboration with the cast and crew was also noteworthy. He worked closely with his actors, providing detailed instructions and encouraging them to improvise. He also collaborated with his cinematographer, Roland Tutherow, to create visually striking scenes. Chaplin's attention to detail extended to the film's music, which he composed himself. Chaplin's vision for City Lights was to create a film that was both entertaining and emotionally impactful. He achieved this by blending humor and drama in a way that was unique for its time. Chaplin's approach to directing this film has left a lasting impact on the world of cinema, and City Lights remains a classic example of his artistic vision. City Lights is a classic 1931 movie directed by Charlie Chaplin. It's a silent film that has endured as a symbol of the industry's creativity and innovation. The movie tells the story of the little tramp who falls in love with the blind flower girl and goes to great lengths to help her regain her sight. Throughout the movie, you'll find many funny, shocking, and sad moments that will keep you engaged. There are some surprising facts about the making of this movie that will leave you in awe. One particular scene that stands out is when the little tramp finds out that the flower girl had her sight restored, and she doesn't recognize him. It's a heart-wrenching moment that shows the depth of Chaplin's acting skills. We would love to hear your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this movie. Share your stories and memories in the comments below. As for enduring qualities, City Lights has many. The movie's themes of love, perseverance, and social inequality are still relevant today. Chaplin's brilliant comedic timing and physical comedy are on full display, making this movie a timeless classic. So, whether you're watching City Lights for the first time or the 10th, you're in for a treat. Get ready to laugh, cry, and be amazed by this incredible movie. The production of City Lights, a 1931 silent film directed by Charlie Chaplin, was a significant endeavor. The set design was elaborate and detailed, particularly for the boxing scene. Chaplin insisted on authenticity, so they built a full-scale boxing ring and recruited professional boxers for the background. The film also featured innovative techniques. Chaplin used a revolutionary wind-up camera, the Fox Movietone, which allowed for smoother action shots. He also employed a unique method for the famous blind girl scene, where the set was built with a hidden compartment for Virginia Cherrill, the actress playing the blind girl, to move between takes. City Lights was primarily filmed on set, but they did use some exterior locations. The opening scene was shot at the intersection of 6th and Spring Streets in Los Angeles, and the final scene was filmed at the old subway terminal building. The production faced several challenges. The film took 2 years to complete due to Chaplin's perfectionism and the complexity of the scenes. The boxing scene alone took 3 weeks to film. Chaplin also had to deal with the transition from silent films to talkies, deciding to stick with silence for City Lights. This choice was risky, but it paid off, as City Lights became one of the most successful silent films of the sound era. Charlie Chaplin's 1931 film, City Lights, is often considered his greatest work by critics and filmmakers alike, including Orson Welles, Stanley Kubrick, and Woody Allen. This romantic comedy, which Chaplin also starred in, took 3 years to make, a lengthy period even for a film that runs for only 90 minutes. As an independent filmmaker, Chaplin had the freedom to develop the project at his own pace without any external pressures. The film tells the story of the little tramp who falls in love with a blind flower girl. He wants to help her, but she mistakenly believes him to be a millionaire. Meanwhile, the tramp befriends a real millionaire who is drunk and contemplating suicide. After saving his life, the tramp is invited to the millionaire's mansion, but is thrown out the next morning when the millionaire sobers up and doesn't remember him. City Lights was made during the transition from silent films to talkies, and Chaplin chose to make it a silent film. This decision proved to be successful, as the film was a commercial triumph and allowed Chaplin to delay making talkies until 1940. Today, City Lights is considered a masterpiece of the silent film era, along with other films from the late 1920s such as Sunrise, The Crowd, and Metropolis. Despite the tension on set, with Chaplin and leading lady Virginia Cherrill not getting along, the final product is a tender and hilarious romantic comedy. One of the most memorable scenes is when the tramp tries to raise money through a fixed boxing match, leading to a frantic rope-a-dope sequence. The film's final scene, in which the flower girl's eyesight is restored, and she doesn't recognize the tramp, is also particularly poignant. In conclusion, City Lights is a timeless classic that showcases Chaplin's genius as a filmmaker and performer. Its blend of humor and emotion has stood the test of time, and it remains a beloved film for audiences of all ages. The music in City Lights, a 1931 movie directed by Charlie Chaplin, plays a crucial role in enhancing the film's narrative and emotional tone. The score was composed by Chaplin himself, who also wrote the film's screenplay and directed it. This decision was unusual for the time, as most films had their music written by separate composers. Chaplin's score consists of 53 individual pieces of music, which he meticulously crafted to match the film scenes. The music ranges from lighthearted and playful to melancholic and somber, reflecting the changing emotions of the characters and the storyline. For instance, the famous City Lights Overture is a lively and upbeat piece that sets the tone for the bustling city setting. The soundtrack also includes the iconic song La Bailadora, a Spanish waltz that Chaplin discovered while searching for music to accompany the film's flower girl scene. The song's melancholic tone perfectly complements the character's longing and sadness, adding depth and emotional resonance to the scene. Chaplin's approach to composing the score was highly intuitive and experimental. He would often play the piano alongside the film's footage, adjusting the music to fit the action on screen. This improvisational style allowed Chaplin to create a score that was deeply intertwined with the film's narrative and emotional tone. The musicians who performed the score also played a crucial role in its success. The City Lights Orchestra, conducted by Alfred Newman, brought Chaplin's compositions to life with their skillful playing and attention to detail. The orchestra's performance added a layer of richness and depth to the film's soundtrack, enhancing the audience's emotional experience. Overall, the score and soundtrack of City Lights are a testament to Chaplin's artistic vision and musical prowess. The music complements the narrative and emotional tone of the film, adding depth and richness to the storyline and characters. The score's enduring popularity is a testament to its timeless appeal and resonance, and it continues to captivate audiences today. Charles Chaplin's films, City Lights and Modern Times, did not receive any Academy Award nominations, despite being well received. This may be due to Chaplin's initial disdain for the awards, as evidenced by his use of his honorary award as a doorstop. The plot of City Lights originated from an idea Chaplin had after the success of The Circus, where a blind person hides their disability. City Lights and Modern Times are just two of Chaplin's 8 films that have been deemed culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant by the Library of Congress. Additionally, Chaplin directed 6 of these films, including City Lights and Modern Times. Chaplin's contributions to film are significant, with his work enduring and resonating with audiences to this day. One of the most iconic scenes in City Lights is the boxing match. Directed with a perfect blend of humor and tension, Charlie Chaplin's character, the Tramp, gets involved in a boxing match to help a blind flower girl he has fallen in love with. The scene is a masterclass in physical comedy, with Chaplin's precise timing and expressive body language. The cinematography is also notable, with quick cuts and close-ups enhancing the comedy and chaos of the match. The boxing match scene was particularly challenging for Chaplin, as he had to perform all the stunts himself. He later recalled, "I trained every day for 3 weeks, and I was in pretty good shape, but I was nearly exhausted by the end of each take." Another iconic scene is the suicide attempt scene. This scene is a powerful demonstration of Chaplin's ability to balance comedy and drama. The Tramp, believing he has lost the flower girl forever, attempts suicide by jumping into the river. However, he is unable to swim and is saved by a drunk millionaire. The scene is visually striking, with low-angle shots of the Tramp teetering on the edge of the pier and the dark, murky water below. Chaplin's performance in this scene is heart-wrenching, with his expressive eyes conveying the Tramp's despair and desperation. The scene also showcases Chaplin's innovative use of sound, with the sound of a train whistle adding to the sense of danger and urgency. The final iconic scene is the reunion scene between the Tramp and the flower girl. After the Tramp saves the millionaire's life, he inherits his fortune and uses it to help the flower girl. When they are reunited, she still does not know who he is, but she can sense his kindness and compassion. The scene is a beautiful demonstration of the power of love and human connection, and it leaves a lasting impact on the audience. Cinematographer Roland Tutherell recalled, "Chaplin wanted the audience to feel the emotion of the scene, so he used close-ups and soft lighting to create an intimate atmosphere. He also used long takes to allow the actors to fully immerse themselves in the moment." These iconic scenes have had a lasting impact on audiences and filmmakers alike. They showcase Chaplin's genius as a director, actor, and storyteller, and they continue to inspire and captivate viewers to this day. City Lights, a 1931 film, features a 1926 Rolls-Royce 4050s GP Silver Ghost, a car that could be worth well into 6 figures in 2023. If it was the actual car used in the film, its value could be significantly higher. The film is recognized by the American Film Institute as one of the top 100 greatest American movies. The film's production was marked by tension when Virginia Cherrill, the actress playing the flower girl, returned to the set late from an appointment, causing Sir Charles Chaplin to keep him waiting. In response, Chaplin fired Cherrill and planned to recast the role with Georgia Hale, his co-star from The Gold Rush. However, due to the advanced stage of the project and the significant amount of time and money already invested, Chaplin was forced to reconsider. Cherrill offered to return to work at double her original salary, and Chaplin reluctantly agreed, allowing the film to be completed. Charlie Chaplin's 1931 film, City Lights, had a profound cultural and social impact. The story of the Tramp's friendship with a blind flower girl resonated with audiences, making it a huge success despite the challenges of the Great Depression. The film's innovative blend of humor and drama, along with its poignant portrayal of poverty and human connection, struck a chord with moviegoers. City Lights significantly influenced pop culture, popularizing the Tramp character and cementing Chaplin's status as a cinematic genius. The film's memorable scenes, such as the boxing match and the final scene with the flower girl, have been frequently referenced and parodied in various media. Moreover, City Lights contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. The film subtly critiques societal indifference towards the less fortunate, highlighting the power of empathy and human connection. It also showcased the potential for art to evoke emotion and inspire change. In essence, City Lights left an indelible mark on the cultural and social landscape, its influence still palpable today. The memorable Flower Girl theme in City Lights was composed by Jose Padilla, adding a poignant touch to the film. City Lights has also been recognized for its humor, included in the American Film Institute's list of the top 100 funniest American movies. In one scene, the Tramp hands the flower girl 10 for her flowers, which is equivalent to about 210 in 2023, highlighting the film's enduring relevance. City Lights, a 1931 film directed by Charlie Chaplin, received critical acclaim and various awards. The New York Times Review praised Chaplin's ability to arouse both laughter and tears and found the film to be a comedy with a heart like a sledgehammer. The film also gained positive reactions from audiences who appreciated its blend of humor and emotion. At the 1931 Venice International Film Festival, City Lights was nominated for the Mussolini Cup for Best Foreign Film. Although it did not win, the nomination highlighted the film's international appeal. In 1952, the film was recognized by the National Film Registry for its cultural, historical, and aesthetic significance. These accolades emphasize Chaplin's talent as a filmmaker and actor. They underscore his ability to create engaging stories that resonate with audiences and critics alike. The awards and nominations also highlight the film's enduring impact on the world of cinema, as it continues to be celebrated more than 8 decades after its release. City Lights, a 1931 film by Charles Chaplin, underwent a 4K film transfer for its theatrical distribution and home video release in 2013 by Janus Films and Criterion Collection. The DVD/Blu-ray release includes an optional audio commentary by Jeffrey Vance, a Chaplin biographer and archivist. The film's premiere was a significant event, as it was the first gala premiere held in downtown Los Angeles instead of Hollywood, opening the historic Los Angeles Theater. Virginia Cherrill's portrayal of the blind flower girl in City Lights remains her most memorable role. Her performance contributed to the film's enduring appeal and success. City Lights, directed by Charlie Chaplin, was a groundbreaking film in many ways. The production process was as fascinating as the movie itself. During the filming, Chaplin had a unique approach to sound. Although sound films were becoming popular, Chaplin chose to stick with silent movies. He believed that sound would limit his artistic freedom and the universal appeal of his Tramp character. However, he did use synchronized sound effects and music, which was a challenge during those times. The film's leading lady, Virginia Cherrill, who played a blind flower girl, had a strained relationship with Chaplin. They often disagreed, and Chaplin even reshot most of her scenes. Despite this, Cherrill gave a memorable performance. City Lights was also known for its innovative lighting techniques. Chaplin wanted to create a dreamlike atmosphere, so he used soft, diffuse light. This was a departure from the harsh, dramatic lighting typically used in films of that era. The film's boxing scene was another highlight. It was shot in a single take, with Chaplin performing all the stunts himself. The scene was so intense that the cameraman accidentally stopped recording midway, but Chaplin decided to keep it in the film. City Lights was a labor of love for Chaplin, who spent 2 years writing, filming, and editing it. The film's premiere was a grand event, with fans lining up outside the theater for hours. The movie was a critical and commercial success, and it remains a beloved classic today. In the creation of City Lights, Charlie Chaplin's ownership of his own studio allowed him to meticulously control every aspect of the production, demanding excellence from all involved, and most importantly, from himself. The film's premiere on January 31st, 1931, was attended by Albert Einstein, while George Bernard Shaw joined Chaplin at its England opening. Casting the blind flower girl proved to be a challenge, as Chaplin was unimpressed with the actresses he interviewed. However, while visiting a film shoot, he noticed Virginia Cherrill, a casual acquaintance, who asked if she would ever get the chance to work with him. After poor auditions from other actresses, Chaplin invited Cherrill for a screen test. Her subtle and convincing portrayal of a blind woman, due to her nearsightedness, secured her the role. City Lights, a 1931 film directed by Charlie Chaplin, holds a significant place in film history. As one of the few silent films made after the introduction of sound, it showcases Chaplin's innovative storytelling and comedic skills. The film's emotional depth, particularly in the blind flower girl storyline, demonstrated that silent films could still convey powerful messages. City Lights has greatly influenced future filmmaking. Its innovative blend of humor and drama, combined with the absence of spoken dialogue, inspired other filmmakers to experiment with similar techniques. The film's memorable scenes, such as the boxing match and the final rooftop scene, have been replicated and paid homage to in numerous films. Subsequent works inspired by City Lights include the French film The Artist, which is also a silent film set in the early days of Hollywood. The main character, George Valentin, is reminiscent of Chaplin's Tramp character, and the film's use of humor, drama, and silence pays tribute to City Lights. Additionally, City Lights has influenced films that feature characters with disabilities, such as Scent of a Woman and The Pursuit of Happiness. These films, like City Lights, explore the emotional depth of their characters and the challenges they face, highlighting the human spirit's resilience. In conclusion, City Lights has left a lasting legacy and influence on film history, inspiring future filmmakers and subsequent works with its innovative storytelling and memorable scenes. In the 1931 film City Lights, directed and starring Charlie Chaplin, there is a notable scene featuring a reconciliation that was actually shot for a different actress, Georgia Hale, when the original actress, Virginia Cherrill, was absent. City Lights is one of 4 Chaplin films to be included in the American Film Institute's list of 100 funniest movies. Chaplin's on-set friend, the illustrator Ralph Barton, captured rare behind-the-scenes footage during the filming of City Lights. These home movies, featured in the documentary Unknown Chaplin, offer a unique glimpse of Chaplin at work in his iconic tramp costume. It is interesting to note that Barton's footage is the only known surviving documentation of Chaplin working on set in costume. The British Film Institute holds the 1931 film City Lights in high regard, featuring it in their top 50 list of critics' favorites. Interestingly, its creator, Sir Charles Chaplin, took matters into his own hands when it came to promoting the picture. Due to United Artists' lack of pre-release publicity, Chaplin decided to rent the George M. Cohan Theater and fund half-page advertisements himself. Chaplin's efforts paid off, as the film's premiere on January 30th, 1931, was graced by the presence of Albert Einstein and his wife, Elsa. In his autobiography, Chaplin shared an anecdote about Einstein's emotional reaction to the final scene, revealing that he had not known Einstein to be so sentimental. This heartfelt response from such a renowned figure speaks volumes about the film's ability to resonate with audiences, even today. Have you seen the 1931 movie City Lights directed by Charlie Chaplin? If so, we'd love to hear about your experiences and memories related to this classic film. Did it make you laugh or cry? How did it influence your perspective on cinema? Perhaps you were touched by the love story between the tramp and the blind flower girl, or maybe you admired the clever comedy and social commentary. Whatever your thoughts, we encourage you to share them with us and other cinema enthusiasts. Let's start a conversation and engage with each other. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cinematic explorations. By doing so, you'll be helping to create a vibrant community of film lovers. So, whether you're a longtime fan of City Lights or discovering it for the first time, we'd love to hear from you. Let's celebrate this timeless classic together.